The location turned out to be the splendid city of Bristol for a challenge intriguingly titled Same Spec, Better Price.
Yes, the producer wants us to find out if it really is possible to match the performance of a big-ticket tech purchase, but at a fraction of the cost.
This time, we've been given two different Android phones to test. On paper, their specifications look quite similar.
But one costs almost twice as much as the other.
What have you got?
I have Samsung's Galaxy S20 Ultra. It comes with 5G capability, a gorgeous AMOLED screen at 6.9 inches, an Exynos 990 chip, 4 main cameras. Yeah? I mean, I could go on, and I probably will do a bit later on.
Well, I've got something from OnePlus. It's the 8T. It's also got an AMOLED screen, 6.55 inches. It's also 5G capable. It's got a similarly powerful Snapdragon 865 chip, and it's got 4 cameras. And I haven't got to the best bit yet.
Which is?
The price. This is the top of the range, 256 gigabyte model, and it's £649.
Can my cheaper OnePlus keep up? Our first task of the day arrives by text.
Bing! Here it is. You must board the Bristol packet and journey through the city's floating harbour. En route, you must assess the general build quality and styling of your phones.
Let's go. Let's go. So, the Bristol packet, I take it that's a boat?
No flies on you, then.
Right, time to talk screens, and I reckon me and my Samsung have got the edge here. It's all about clarity and vibrancy, and they really do pack the pixels in as well. I've got 511 pixels per inch.
I can't quite match that. I've only got 402 pixels per inch.
And I've got a slightly duller display. What about build quality?
We've got Gorilla Glass here, front and back, around an aluminium frame. It doesn't weigh too much, about 220 grams, just enough to let you know that you are handling something that costs a lot of money.
Well, OnePlus also has Gorilla Glass, front and back. It's on a steel rather than alloy frame.
OK.
But the overall weight is less. It's 188 grams, 32 grams lighter than yours.
Oh, how do they do that, then?
I guess because it's thinner, shorter and narrower.
I reckon we should swap phones to get a better idea of each other's hardware. OK, so first off, it doesn't feel like a premium phone, but it doesn't feel like a cheap plastic phone.
Yeah. Immediately, the Samsung screen is notably better than the OnePlus. The colours really hit you, and also the brightness, I think, is better.
So, although my OnePlus feels well-built and has a decent screen, it can't quite match the all-round quality of Otis's Samsung. So you probably get what you pay for in that regard, at least.
On to task number 2. John, I've received another text.
Great!
The next test concerns the cameras on your phones, and for that, you must travel to the Bristol Observatory, where vistas await.
Well, like a good vista.
Yeah.
From here, we can see the famous Clifton Suspension Bridge, an excellent against-the-light wide-angle test for our 2 phones.
One of the cameras that the S20 Ultra has is a 108 megapixel wide-angle lens. Yeah.
My numbers aren't as big.
My standard wide-angle can't match that, but it is 48 megapixels, which is still quite a lot.
I do also have a 48 megapixel camera, but that's for my telephoto lens, John.
I don't have a telephoto lens.
We're going to take some wide-angle shots and see which phone produces the best pictures. My Samsung's images are very impressive, colourful and sharp.
My OnePlus isn't far behind, though. The pictures have slightly less detail and slightly more lens flare, but I'm rather impressed.
But what happens when you crop in, though, John? My extra pixels mean more information in the picture, so I should be able to zoom in further without any loss of detail.
OK, you've got me there, but it's hardly a knockout, is it? Time for task 3.
You must both proceed to the SS Great Britain, where the processing power of your phones will be put under the microscope.
Launched in 1843, the SS Great Britain was the world's largest ship and the first to combine a screw propeller and iron hull.
Very impressive, John. Equally impressive is its engine. But will the engines powering our phones pass muster?
To find out, we're using Geekbench 5, an app that tests your phone's performance by running a series of real-world tasks.
Now, several factors, as you well know, determine your phone's power. One of which, dare I say the most important, is RAM. The larger the RAM, the better your phone is at multitasking. And the Samsung S20 Ultra 5G has 12 gig of RAM.
So does the OnePlus 8T.
Another factor that determines the power of your phone is the processor. And while my Samsung tops out at 2.73 gigahertz of power,
My OnePlus can work a little harder with 2.84.
The higher the score, the more powerful the phone.
Yes.
There are two figures coming out of this.
First up, the single-core score, which reveals the phone's ability to deal with a single set of instructions.
my single-core score, read it and weep, 902.
Ooh, mine's a mere 890.
Secondly, the multi-core score, a figure reflecting how well the phone deals with a multitude of tasks at once.
My multi-core score is 2,787. Yes!
Mine is 3,073.
Ooh! So I think we can call that one a draw. And after a whole day of rigorous testing, there is still one of the more important questions to answer. What state are the batteries in?
I've got a 4,500 milliamp hour battery, and I've got 50% left.
I have a 5,000 milliamp hour battery, but I've only got 15% left. But it only takes me 59 minutes to fully charge.
Mine fully charges in 39 minutes.
So, all things considered, does it make sense to save over 400 quid and buy the OnePlus?